Everyone wants the corner office with a great view, but not everyone has the same skills to get there. Becoming CEO is more than just what you know and who you know. The qualities that make a great CEO are actually a compilation of a lot of things top executives master on their own. If you find value in today's video, let us know by hitting us with a thumbs up. Subscribe or click that bell notification to be alerted the moment we release a new video. Alright, future executives, here are 15 skills you should master to be a successful and respected CEO. Number 1. Diplomacy. They don't really teach you this stuff in college. So what exactly is diplomacy? Diplomacy is the art of dealing with people in a sensitive and tactful way. As CEO, this is a skill that will serve you well for your entire career. By being diplomatic, your staff is assured of your ability to diffuse situations with the utmost tact and fairness, and they won't feel like you're playing favorites or have a particular loyalty to a certain staff member. As former U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Richard Holbrooke said, "Diplomacy is like jazz, endless variations on a theme." As CEO, your approach to diplomacy will be also constantly changing, so it's a skill you'll have to keep on top of. Number 2. Vision and follow-through. It's all very well and good to have a vision, isn't it, Aluxers? Real talk though, how many incredible ideas have you had but just not been able to follow through with them? Probably quite a few. That's the difference between CEO material and, well, non-CEO material. It's the vision coupled with follow-through, and let's not forget to add a dash of risk too, because following through on a vision always comes with a side of riskiness. Number 3. Passion for their job and its people. It's no secret CEOs make a lot of money. We chatted extensively about this in our video, How CEOs Make 351 Times More Money. In that video, we answer integral questions like, why pay them so much and are they worth it? And while we've all worked for horrendous CEOs, working for a CEO who is passionate about their work, their company, and its people is an incredible experience, and that's a skill all successful CEOs should have. Thanks for your wonderful feedback on that video, Aluxers. Like Vishal Gangwani mentioned, amazing editing and storytelling. We've been trying to up our game, so we're glad you've noticed. Number 4. Brevity. It's a word that just flows off the tongue, and it means writing or speaking in a short, concise, clear manner. And Aluxers, have you ever sat in a boardroom meeting where the CEO literally just serves up some word salad, almost as if they just like to hear themselves talk but don't actually say anything? Forbes published an article titled, "Half of all meetings are a waste of time." A skilled CEO would not call meetings that would waste their employees' time and leverage their brevity when communicating with staff. Number 5. Decisiveness. Canadian motivational speaker Brian Tracy said, "Decisiveness is a characteristic of high-performing men and women. Almost any decision is better than no decision at all." Nobody can become CEO if they can't make decisions. So if you're someone who, when asked, can't decide where they'd like to go for dinner, what to watch on Netflix, or can't make a decisive plan with friends, well, it's something you should work on. And to do that, we've designed the perfect course which will allow you to teach yourself anything. It's called Learning Mastery and went live on Sunday. Learning how to effectively learn is hands down the most valuable skill you can build within yourself. Head to Alux.com/learn to enroll today. Number 6. Accountability. When Dave Calhoun became CEO of Boeing in January 2020, he was pretty quick to blame all the company's problems on the former CEO Dennis Muhlenberg, who was fired by the board. As suggested by rightattitudes.com, a true leader doesn't pass the blame for failure, but graciously accepts responsibility for the problems they inherited. According to CEO World, a CEO not being accountable doesn't just look bad, it leads to further breakdown like giving away your power, creating a toxic environment, employee disengagement, reduced productivity, and last but certainly not least, you're perceived as being an incapable leader. Number 7. Controlled emotion. When the pawpaw hits the fan or times are stressful, you can't have a CEO dramatically shoving laptops and paperwork all over the place declaring, it's shit o'clock. Nope, you need a level-headed, calm individual who isn't going to explode or lose their cool. Healthline.com has some solid, achievable advice for this. They say when it comes to emotions, it's best to aim for regulation, not repression. Number 8. Transparency. Angel Gurria, former OECD Secretary General, said, "Integrity, transparency, and the fight against corruption have to be part of the culture. They have to be taught as fundamental values." And Aluxers, we couldn't have said it better ourselves. It's a skill that every successful CEO must master, because transparency is what will earn you trust, respect, and loyalty. Number 9. Optimism. We are not born a pessimist or an optimist. Our friends and family actually play a pretty significant role in our perceptions over the years. If you're looking to lead a company, well, here's some good news. Optimism is a skill that can be learned. Number 10. Be the calm in the storm. Being CEO means you're responsible for everything that happens within the company, which is hella stressful. As we said in our video how CEOs are paid 351 times more than workers, the CEO is the most important person driving a company's success. While a CEO keeps everything together, including themselves, their staff will be pushed to hit milestones, make deadlines, or close sales, and it's up to the CEO to be reassuring, motivational, and calm in the storm. So what's one way to be the calm in the storm? Let's find out. Number 11. Be a role model. Aluxers, you've probably had that CEO who shows up late, leaves early, has boozy lunches, and takes advantage of their position of power. That's just not CEO material. Be a role model to your employees. We're not saying you have to start work at 4 a.m. like Apple's Tim Cook, or be sending work emails at 11 p.m. like GM CEO Mary Barra, but you do need to be dedicated and work hard to inspire and lead by example. Number 12. The willingness to transform themselves and the company. Richard Branson said, "Every success story is a tale of constant adaptation, revision, and change." This not only applies to the growth of a company, but to the CEO as well. And while it's impressive to get a business off the ground, keeping it competitive and profitable is no easy feat. According to USAToday magazine, the importance of growing a business is that your company is constantly facing the threat of competition, and by staying small, you're essentially offering opportunities for others to take the lion's share of your markets. Number 13. Approachability. Some might call it an open-door policy, but that's not quite what we're talking about. Actually, as admirable as it may sound, Forbes believes the open-door policy doesn't actually work. It cites a few reasons, but the main concern was that staff didn't share their thoughts because they're worried their ideas won't be well received. Being approachable means you're not ego-driven, looking down on your staff. Instead, you're there in the thick of things, being an active, not aloof, member of the team. Number 14. Inclusion. Regardless of gender, race, religion, sexual orientation, age, or political affiliation, inclusion in the workplace means that everyone is included. Every person matters. Every person can come to work without the fear of being excluded, bullied, or ostracized. Every person has value, and it's up to the CEO to make sure that inclusion is a priority. Like Chief Talent Officer at ServiceNow, Pat Waiters quoted, "When we listen and celebrate what is both common and different, we become wiser, more inclusive, and better as an organization." Number 15. The ability to take calculated risks. Ask any successful CEO if they got there by following all the rules, and the general consensus is a big, fat no. Let's look at Tim Cook again, and if you'd like to learn from this remarkable man, be sure to watch our video, 15 Leadership Lessons from Tim Cook. He did a Q&A at Duke University, where he was asked by a student, "When should we listen to our professors, and when is it okay not to?" And Cook's response? "I think you should rarely follow the rules. I think you should write the rules. I think if you do follow the rules in a formulaic manner, you'll end up, at best, being the same as everybody else." A little golden nugget right there, Aluxers. And with that, we hope you found some solid grounding to start acquiring the skills to make an excellent CEO out of yourself. If you have, show us by leaving us a like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an upload. Okay, what skill do you think a CEO needs to be successful and respected in their position? Share with us in the comments. And of course, you stuck with us until the end, here's your bonus. CEOs need to be excellent listeners because they'll hear more about what's really happening in their company by just keeping an ear to the ground. Along with that, be observant. Notice things about your staff, good or bad. Address changes in behavior, work performance, or general attitude, both good and bad. And most importantly, tell your staff when they're doing a good job because that's way more motivating than only talking to them when they're doing a shitty job. Remember that one, Aluxers. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow.